are the new Super League champions. Many congratulations to our Pieters out there. You fully deserve it this season. I think the quality of your rugby league, both in attack and more importantly in defence, as was showed on Saturday, well, quite frankly, you deserve it. Both sides of the ball, you have been brilliant. No fairy tale ending, of course, for Sam Tompkins. We wish him well in his retirement, but this was a really entertaining game, I have to say. Watched it back, was there on the night at Old Trafford. Decided to watch the whole game again back. I think it was a real good bruising game of rugby league. Did it have the flair of the Penrith Panthers against the Brisbane Broncos? No. Even the London Toulouse game, of course, real talking points, excitement in that. This was a different type of game, really strong. We said it was going to be a big battle down the middle, and it proved that way, didn't it, for the first period. Both teams sizing each other up, some brutal defence on both sides. The tackle that Takiaho put on Kieran in the second half, to name but a couple, some really solid hits throughout. I think we've got to give credit to Liam Moore. I really do. I thought he had a fantastic grand final. Credit to him. I think the only contentious decision actually was Chris Kendall in the radio box, where instead of giving Catalan the ball back for a dropout from Wigan, he, for some unbeknown reason, decided it was a 20-metre restart. Don't quite understand where that one was. But like I say, the other big decisions in the game, the two yellow cards, and no issues with it. I think Kieran, we'll look back at that. Yes, the legs were above the horizontal, the hips were as well. Yes, he come down on his shoulder. And I thought, again, Liam Moore, what saved you is he landed on his shoulder. It would have been a red, and that would have been a real shame to see Catalan go down to only 12 men. But of course, in that period, Wigan could only muster that 2 points for the penalty. And I felt at the time in the ground, that was a big moment. The fact that they got through that 10 minutes, Catalan, only conceding 2, really kept them in the game. And of course, when Kieran come back on, Catalan started again. I thought for the first 20 minutes, Catalan were in control of the game. I really do. It was only around 20-25 minutes into the match, that yellow card being a pivotal part of it, did Wigan then really start to show a little bit in attack. I thought Catalan's end of sets in that first period, when they had the territory, really let them down. Some really poor kicks. I think they needed more height. They tended to be more lobbed over as opposed to really going up into the sky. Didn't quite get that one on the night. But yeah, and then of course, Catalan managed to get it 2-2 just before the break. And of course, at half time, I was saying to Greg, I was saying to, to my mate Mike, who was with us as well, this is a really tight game, really tight game, an entertaining game. I really enjoyed the battle. And then, of course, out come Wigan for that first 10 minutes. I mean, first of all, they had the break down the right-hand side. We said last week in the build-up to the grand final, Wigan have strike on both sides of the field. Toby King, off he goes. I think if he'd have passed the ball a little bit earlier to Miski may have gone in for yet another try this year. And then they, of course, shifted emphasis over to the left-hand side. Once Tom Davis was sent to the sin bin, I mean, first and foremost, it was a great break that led to that sin binning. And again, no real arguments there. It was a professional foul, had to go for 10. And the moment that happened, you saw Jay Field. Jay Field then really started to come in on that arch on the left-hand side. We said in the build-up to the grand final that, Sigue is not very good when it comes to missed tackles. He had another 7 in this game, the highest on the field. We knew that the likes of Farrell, Wardle, and Marshall on that left-hand side will fancy the chances down that left-hand side against the likes of Sigue and Ikevalu, and of course Davies, and of course no Davies there, so Ikevalu's having to do both, a big shift on that edge, and they just kept coming, didn't they? I mean, again, lovely little break that led to the French try that, of course, was disallowed for that final ball. But they had 4 real quick, 3 real quality chances there. Again, they were showing we're going to the edges, we're going to drag you in, we're going to send you out, and then of course the try itself, Wardle off he went, beautiful ball to Farrell. Great to see Farrell involved in that try. A lovely little offload as well to Marshall, and over goes Liam Marshall. For yet another try. He's 28 for the season as well. Another great season for Liam Marshall. Both the wingers for Wigan this season have been incredible. I have no arguments, absolutely none at all. I think Wigan, as the season has gone on, especially on the other side of the Challenge Cup semi-final loss to Hull KR, they have been quite simply superb. Did I think that Jake Wardle was man of the match? I'm not 100% on that. I thought Field had a great game. 20 carries, 230 metres. He ran 2 clean breaks, 4 tackle bush. You compare that to Wardle, who, he got 148 from 15 carries. He also had 4 tackle busts and 2 clean breaks. But I just felt that, especially in the second half, it was the Wardle show. Wardle really did, French show, really did come into that line very well. He looked absolutely devastating at times, really good under the high ball as well during the course of the game. I thought Field unlucky not to go away with the Harry Sunderland. I thought in the first half, Kai Pearce-Paul was giving it a proper go. I thought Tyrone May for Catalan Dragons had a really good first half. And I think going just briefly back to the Catalan Dragons, I think Steve McNamara will look back at this. I don't think Mitchell Pearce was fully fit. I really don't. We said last week in the build-up, had I put Tompkins in the halves, I think when Moore came on with 10 minutes to go, you could see the running game, the pace that he had. And for just maybe 5 or 6 minutes, he looked as if he was troubling Wigan a little bit. Of course, he was fresh. I get that. But, Moore, there's times this season where Morgan's been outstanding for the Catalan Dragons. You think of the St. Helens game. I think the game against Wigan at Magic as well. He was absolutely on his game. I think Arthur Morg should have started this. I think it was a big mistake. I think if Morg was at fullback, that would give him a bit more potency in attack. I think McNamara, if there's any decision he made going into this game, that one perhaps will be the one that he regrets, not playing Arthur Morg. He brought Pearce off with 10 to go. I thought Mitchell Pearce was pretty ineffective, if I'm being honest. I thought May certainly the better of the two halfbacks for Catalan Dragons, and I thought Tompkins would have been better in that role. We've said Sam's not a player that's going to come off his back line now with that blistering pace. Morg would have done that. I think that was an opportunity lost for them. But this, again, all about the Wigan Warriors. They're only going to get better as well next year when you consider the quality of the players that they have signed for the 2024 season. Could they go back to back? Well, let me put it this way. They're going to take some bit budging, aren't they? They have got a sensational squad that is going to be there for the 2024 season. Yes, they're going to be losing a couple of players, but my word, the players that they're bringing in, absolutely outstanding. As for Catalan, well, a lot of us at the start of this season, well, we didn't really fancy Catalan's chances. They finished joint top of the league. They got to the grand final. Massive, of course, losses for them. No Pearce, no Tompkins, no May. Who's going to be, who's going to lead that halfback? The spine piece. We know that Arthur Morg is more than likely going to start the season at fullback, and rightly so. Who the halfback's going to be? Mickey McAloom's going to go around again. They're going to lose the likes of Matt Whitley to St. Helens. Another big hammer blow there for them. Adam Kieran, of course, going to the Wigan Warriors at the end of the season. So there's some key personnel there in the Catalan team that will be leaving. And again, it's going to be down to Steve McNamara to plug them gaps superbly well, like he has done over the last 4 or 5 seasons. As for Wigan, fantastic. I think with every single interview, I'm getting more and more respect from Matt Pete. He's a quality coach, but even more, he's a good man. The way that he praises, whether he's lost or whether he has won, he always gives credit to the opposition. I think he speaks brilliantly well. He spoke about the likes of James Roby this week, Sam Tompkins. Fantastic tributes coming from Matt Pete. Really pleased for Pete, of course. The Challenge Cup last year, now the League Leaders Shield and the Grand Final. Can they go and get the World Club Championship at the start of next season? Let's see. And let's hope so, of course, for the British game. And hey, Liam Marshall, winning try scorer in 2022 at the Challenge Cup final, winning try scorer at Old Trafford in 2023. That's not bad on your resume, is it? That's the end of In the Sheds for 2023. We hope you've enjoyed this new addition to Super League Raw. We thoroughly enjoyed bringing you In the Sheds every single week. We will be back for the 2024 season. Enjoy your winter. And what a game. Wigan Warriors, the champions for 2023. We'll see you next year. All the best.